we've done tradition to give a special award to an Holocaust survivor that stayed with us and bring the flame of remembrance of the Shoah. And this is a part of the major role of what Limmud FSU is doing. So we did it in Eilat about a month ago with 2,000 participants, and we have given the award to Baruch Shub. He's a Holocaust survivor from Vilna, that his two sons are Israeli Air Force F-16 pilots. So this is the tradition, from Shoah to Torah. Today in England, we are having another award of a unique human being. Unique human being. Ben Ellsworth is the chairman of the Holocaust survivors in the United Kingdom. And I want to invite the Executive Vice President of the Klebs Conference, Greg Schneider, please. Rabbi Menachem Cohen, from the leadership of the Klebs Conference. Rabbi Cohen, you still holding the candle? Rabbi Cohen here?
He's still dancing.
Okay. And I would like to ask Rabbi Berel Azar, which is the great contributor for the Chesed work of Chabad in Russia. Please come to the stage. Rabbi Azar. Good. And I want to invite David. David is the chairman of Limmud International to the stage. And we want to honor and Greg Schneider, that is the top man of the Klebs Conference, that distribute millions of dollars across the world for helping Jewish survivors, to give few words and then to give together with us the award to Mr. Ben Ellsworth. בבקשה.
It is a huge honor for me, and the reason that I'm here, to give this award to Ben Ellsworth. Let me just tell you a few words about my friend Ben. Ben was born in 1930 in Poland, and at the age of 9, as the Germans invaded Poland, was taken to a ghetto, where began his Shoah odyssey. From 1939 to 1945, he was in a ghetto, 3 different concentration camps, partially with his father for part of the time. He was in Buchenwald. He was taken to another concentration camp. Then he was put in a railway car, wagon, that took him to Theresienstadt, to another concentration camp. And he was in that wagon with no food, with no water, with no place to go to the bathroom, with no air, for 7 days, and survived this. Eventually came to Theresienstadt, where in 1945 he was liberated. During the course of these 9 years, his mother was killed, his sister was killed. In the last 2 weeks before liberation, his father was killed. There was one sister that survived. So, anytime I have the opportunity to be with Ben, to spend time with him, I do. Because all of that happened to him because he was Jewish, the one and only reason. But he survived it all, and it's an amazing story of tenacity and strength. But that's not the only reason he's my hero. Let me tell you the second part of the story. In 1945, he gets permission to come to England. I'll come back to that in a moment. But once he's in England, he realizes that he's good at sports. And after liberation, after the train, after all those concentration camps, he begins to work out, and he excels in sports. And within 11 years, it turns out that Ben is a member of the British Olympic team, representing England in the 1956 and 1960 Olympics. Again, he's a hero of tenacity. It's not the reason he's my hero. Let me tell you something else about Ben. When he got permission to come to England in 1945, the British government allowed visas for 1,000 people. You had to be a survivor, you had to be 16 or younger, and you had to be an orphan. But they couldn't find 1,000, they could only find 732. And so Ben was one of 732 survivors that came to England. And from the day they came until today, they created a bond of friendship and family that would never be broken. This story was memorialized in the book by Sir Martin Gilbert, The Boys. And Ben created an organization that helped lift up any one of the 732, his 731 colleagues, and remained in touch with every single one of the 731, in addition to him, throughout all of these years. For 55 years, he was the chairman of what's known as the 45 Aid Society, providing whatever aid was needed for those people who came. The most heroic thing to me about Ben Helfgott is that he is a fierce soldier. You see it in sports, you see it in how he took care of what became his family, but you see it in his devotion to humanity. I don't know another person who is as optimistic and as hopeful as humanity and who loves other people and who tries to lift them up the way Ben Helfgott does. And if there is anybody who has seen the dark side of humanity, of the ugly side of what can happen on the planet, it's Ben. And yet, despite of that, he serves as an example to us all of hope and aspiration and the will not only to survive, but to thrive. And so for all of that, I am enormously proud to be able to present to Ben Helfgott Limmud FSU Honorary Award in honor of the tremendous contribution of Holocaust remembrance.
Before I would like to add a few words as a receiver of enabling the survivors in the former Soviet Union to eat and to survive properly. I want to add one more sample about the life and why is my hero. What Greg didn't yet mention because he didn't speak too long, but it was the 1 minute more. This guy, after the Holocaust, after Auschwitz, after what he went to England, and he became a sportsman, and for 2 times in a row, he won the gold medal of the Maccabi game. Gold medal.
We all heard the story, and I think this is not only about remembering, it's not only about honoring, but it's about limud, it's about learning. That we ourselves should learn the lesson. Never to give up, even when we see difficulties, even when we see adversity, even when we see challenges. We know that a Jew has special powers to connect to Hashem, connect to God, and overcome, and succeed, and excel, and make a Kiddush Hashem. I think the word today is really a sign of somebody that kept his faith in Hashem. He decided he's going to show all our enemies that Am Israel Chai. We are alive, and we're going to bring life to the world. Thank you very much.
And the last greeting is from the chairman of the International Limmud FSU, the chairman of Limmud. He himself is a professor of law from South Africa. David, please.
Shavua Tov to Limmud FSU Europe, and Mazel Tov on your first wonderful, wonderful event here in Western Europe. We are so excited, and I bring you greetings from all across the world, from South America, from Buenos Aires, from North America, New York. We're from Europe, of course, many of you know, across the whole to the FSU, to Moscow, from Israel, from South Africa, which is my home country, Johannesburg, and from Australia and New Zealand. Across the Limmud world, we greet you, we are delighted, we're happy with what you've done, and we look at the really Mazel Tov to Ben for the wonderful example that he set, and shows, in a sense, I think what we heard was about thriving. And the thing that we want to do in Limmud community is thrive. We want to flourish, we want to build positive Jewish identity and experiences, and we see this happening across the Limmud world, across the Limmud FSU world, and we look forward to seeing many, many more events, exciting events, ones that you feel connecting with other people, learning and enjoying the full beauty of Jewish civilization. So Mazel Tov to Chaim, who was the founder of the concept of Limmud FSU, to Sandra, to the whole board, to the donors, to everyone who has built an incredible organization, and we see that coming to fruition here in London, and we are delighted. As many of you know, Limmud started in the UK in 1980, and we're delighted to welcome Limmud FSU into the UK as well. Mazal Tov, Chaim.
Okay, thank you. In the hall we have the president, Aaron Frankel, and his wife, Maya. We will hear from them. At the gala. The gala will start tonight at 10 o'clock, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be something unique on the spirit of Limmud FSU. And I would like, before you speak, to invite Arza. Arza is the loyal wife of Ben. There's no Ben Elford without Arza. Arza, where are you? Here, come over here. אשת חיים נמצא.
Thank you for this honor. I'm delighted to be here today to receive this award. I wish to state with all humility that whatever I have done to deserve this distinction, I did not do other than it is my abiding, profound conviction that the lessons of the Holocaust are of universal significance, and that the Holocaust is a touchstone of political and moral behavior.